expound this the Mamer in the Contrasium Aleph, Pizar Nason La'evyonim. Ubeprat b'zihirus hayadayim b'soch haseuda, and especially being careful with the hands during the meal, from things that can make your hands impure during the meal that you'd have to wash until Yadayim again. For example, if your hands touch the that which comes from your nose, the snot and so forth, and the like, and this, you also find people who aren't careful about this, and those who are serving Hashem bitfila in prayer, with a good contemplation and grasp, and they feel the divine concept, but nonetheless they're not careful about these halachos. With a clarity of knowledge when it comes to actual deed. Because they don't place it onto their hearts, this kind of thing doesn't bother them. Why is this? The reason for it is because their prayers does not involve their animalistic soul. Only they're involving their neshama alone. Even though they fear Elokim, and they're servants of Havaya, and are involved in the service of the heart and prayer. But nonetheless, when it comes to the actual deed, they're not as fitting that it should be in accordance with the halacha in the Torah. That the reason for this is because their involvement is only with the neshama alone, and this is not serving Hashem with the neshama. Because those who serve Hashem with their neshama, their whole concept is also with concepts of the body. Torah is that it's in accordance with Torah. So they're not even serving Hashem with their neshama. But when a person's service is also with a neshama, and it's in a good service as is fitting, that is when the divine soul is an enclothement of the natural soul, that's when a person's contemplation and grasping is in their natural intellect. That is in these ideas that are understood and grasped also in the natural intellect. That is that the natural intellect also understands them and can feel them. But nonetheless, it doesn't affect the person that their deeds should be as is fitting. And the reason for this is is that the person's involvement and their giving over of their soul is not for this. That it that it's not, he hasn't given over himself and involved himself to the point where it should truly be understood by the natural intellect. And that the understanding in the natural soul should be for the animalistic soul to affect the animalistic part of a person. That person's animalistic soul should also be aroused with a good attribute, but rather the involvement is it should be understood and it should be resting in the animalistic soul. This divine idea as it's grasped by the soul alone. So that is to say that the animalistic soul understands that the divine soul grasps this divine idea. Like a person who understands that somebody else understands the concept, but it doesn't affect them at all because they themselves don't understand it. And that's not a true service. It's possible that when a person is standing in prayer, they won't feel at all that they're praying and saying Baruch Hu and Kedusha. It's not shaykh to them. It's the shaykh to the Nefesh Elokis. The Nefesh Elokis understands it. It's in me. But it's not shaykh to me. Because it's not, the animalistic soul hasn't truly grasped and understood it yet. Because the person's given over completely with the concept that they're involved in their intellect and their emotions, and doesn't hear or feel anything. And after the prayer, it's possible that a person won't pay attention to that at all and to affect the rest of their day. So even though this person has understood the divine ideas and felt it in their Nefesh Elokis, and it's grasped by the animalistic soul that the Nefesh Elokis understands it, but it wasn't grasped by the Seichel HaTivis itself to affect the Nefesh Bahamis. So too in matters of the world, it's possible that after prayer a person won't eat at all, because they're not connected to eating, because they're above the physical completely. But if a person does eat, they won't be careful and scrutinize, like you said, that they won't be careful about details of halacha and the like, even though they're on the level to not even eat because they're above the physical. That is because the kavana is higher than physical action. When they're in this state of intent, they're not connected to the action. So the point is to connect the kavana to the action, to the dibur of tefillah. So we're showing that there can be this disconnect. And this person doesn't have a connection or tying the thought to the action. Therefore the intent doesn't bring them to be careful. But when the person's service is with involvement of the animalistic soul, that not only that the animalistic soul will understand and is set by them, that the divine soul understands the divine idea. But in addition to that, the person's services, that this, the animalistic soul, understands and grasps, it should be personal for the animalistic soul. And that is aside from that, it's purified and cleansed through this process. But even further, that the animalistic soul is aroused with good attributes, and good conduct, So that's when you have this connection of the spiritual intent with the actual fulfillment. That is, after prayer you'll study Torah, and the study will be in the laws of the Torah, that has to do with actual fulfillment of the mitzvos, and a person will fulfill them with an extra scrutiny, so too in matters of this world, that after prayer a person will be careful about everything, a person will stay away from anything that can bring them to something forbidden, even if it's rabbinic. And then with this you connect the intent with the action, the machshava with the maisa. And as is known, the prayer, its main concept, is the involvement with your animalistic soul, and to affect it with a state of nullification. And with this you unite the intent with the action. You draw down a divine revelation in your soul and your portion in the world. And this is like a candle that shines to light up the dark place. And that's why the neshama is called the candle of Hashem, that you should have the revelation of Hashem's name in the world. So the divine soul lights up the nefesh habahamis through the prayer. So that's when it's called the candle, when it's shining, the nefesh habahamis. Kitzer Yivar di Yeshufin Bavoda. So we explain there's a way of service, of divine service, with the divine soul on its own, that understands a divine idea well, but concepts of fulfilling the mitzvah with scrutiny is lacking. And from this is included the fact that they might be lacking in knowledge of laws of the Torah. And we explain that the services, the involvement of purifying the animalistic soul, through contemplation, and things that are understood also to the animalistic soul, that's when you unite the intent and the actual.